Hari Om. Even though remaining as I am looks simple, why is that we often wander away from remaining as I am? To remain as I am is our essential nature. It is not something to be acquired afresh. It is there with us already, always, here and now, forever. Our very nature is to be I am. The undecaying happiness is from being the I am. I am is the source of all the happiness because Bhagavan is the source of Sukha, happiness. So, when we look for happiness, we are in fact actually looking at our source, which is Bhagavan, the Atma. The nature of Atma or I am or Bhagavan is happiness, Sukha. So, this is the reason why all of us want to remain happy all the time without any misery. Because our essential nature is happiness. The nature of existence consciousness is happiness, Sukha. All of us like ourselves the most because we derive happiness at most from oneself. In deep sleep, we experience the same happiness wherein we remain without any body or mind. So, the state of no thoughts gives us happiness. So, in the same way, while we are awake, if we can remain without any thoughts, without letting our mind wander towards the worldly objects, we can experience the same happiness. Because when we remain without any thoughts, what is there is only the pure I. The I thought will sink, the mind will subside into the source, and what remains is the pure I. We remain merged with the pure I. Hence, we experience that happiness. So, essentially, we all are always in touch with the I am. But the reason why we wander away is because of an inclination to experience the worldly objects. We have inherent interest in the happenings of the world, whatever it may be. So it is because of the inherent interest that our mind has towards the worldly objects. The mind is seeking out to wander on the worldly objects. Thereby we leave the I am, the presence of Bhagavan. So what is the way out to make the mind lose that interest in the worldly happenings and gain or kind of develop a deeper inclination to abide in the I am? The only way is to understand that I am itself is the source of all happiness and no objects can give us peace. Having interest in knowing about things of the world, happenings in the world, actually is of no use to us. To the extent we retain this inclination or interest in the happenings of the world, to that extent we will wander away from the I am or the presence of Bhagavan. So we should deeply reflect on the fact that we don't stand to gain anything by keeping our attention in knowing about worldly things, worldly happenings. Could be anything, could be something happening in geopolitics. It could be about some events, some kind of activities in sports. So there could be various activities in the world which could attract our attention. To the extent we remain aloof, not getting into those worldly attractions. To that extent, we shall be in a position to remain in the presence of Bhagavan, in the pure eye. So, one way to develop the deep affection, love or passion to remain in the presence of Bhagavan or pure eye or the I am is to understand the fact that this I am or Atma or the pure eye is actually Bhagavan, the eternal being, the supreme being, Nirguna Brahman, Sachidananda Atma. So here, one way I kind of explain to people is that rather than keeping it as Atma or I am, I refer it as the presence of Bhagavan, because we rever Bhagavan as the supreme being, Arunachala. Bhagavan is the essence of Arunachala. Bhagavan and Arunachala, they are not different. And Arunachala, the true nature of Arunachala or Bhagavan is Aham, the pure I, Atma, the feeling of I am. So, when we associate this Atma or the pure I as the presence of Bhagavan, then to that extent we greatly develop that passion to remain in the presence of Bhagavan, which is the most wonderful thing. To remain in the presence of Bhagavan is the utmost thing we can achieve in our life every moment of time. There is nothing which can be compared to be in the presence of Bhagavan. So, rather than referring to the God as the Atma or the I am or the Aham, if we can refer it as the presence of Bhagavan, in my experience, I can say that it gives us immense love and passion to remain in the presence of Bhagavan, which is there within us always, already, forever, here and now. Just we have to stop, and we are already in the presence of Bhagavan. So when we say presence of Bhagavan, it is that we are actually in the presence of Bhagavan. The way numerous devotees were in the presence of Bhagavan while Bhagavan was there physically. The only difference right now is that the physical presence of Bhagavan is not there, but Bhagavan as the eternal presence, the Nirguna Brahman, the Arunachala, is always there within us, with us, as the pure I, Sachidananda Atma, infinite awareness. So this presence of Bhagavan, which is there within us, we shall never leave that presence, and to associate this presence with Bhagavan is a great aid to make us gain that kind of immense passion to be in that presence, and to lose that kind of unwanted interest towards the worldly happenings. So, the more we refer this pure I or I am as the presence of Bhagavan, the more it is helpful for us to lessen our inclination or interest towards the worldly happenings and get a deeper passion to abide in the presence of Bhagavan. Because being in the presence of Bhagavan is the Sarva Dukkha Nivarani, Karpaka Vriksha, the wish fulfilling tree. Is the ultimate state of Atmanishta, Sahajasthiti. So let us all remain in the presence of Bhagavan with the full understanding that there is nothing greater in this world than being in the presence of Bhagavan. This is the ultimate eternal truth. This is the final truth. Because Arunachala is Bhagavan and Bhagavan is Arunachala. Arunachala is Aham, the pure I, the Atman, the feeling of I am, and most importantly the presence of Bhagavan. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva.